guys, so today I'm going to read chapter 1 of Amari and the Knight Brothers. Hope you enjoy. People like Emily and Mrs. Grant will never understand what it's like to not have money. They can do whatever they want with no consequences while the rest of us have to watch our every step. Are you really taking away Amari's scholarship? Mama asks in a small voice. Principal Merritt drops his eyes. We have a zero tolerance policy when it comes to physical altercations. School rules dictate she can be expelled. Taking her scholarship is the smallest punishment I can offer. I see. Mama sinks in her chair. My anger melts into shame. Mama's already sad because of Quentin. I shouldn't be adding to her troubles just because I can't handle a few bullies. I know it's been difficult, says Principal Merritt to me, since Quentin's disappearance. He was a great kid, truly with a bright future. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to connect the dots between that incident and the start of your behavior problems, Amari. I can arrange for you to talk to a counselor free of charge. I don't need a counselor, I interrupt. Principal Merritt frowns. You should talk with someone about your anger. You want to know why I shoved Emily? It's because she thought it was funny to joke that my brother is dead. But he isn't. I don't care what anyone says. He's out there somewhere, and when I find him, I'll show you all. I'm shaking, tears streaming down my face. Principal Merritt doesn't say anything. Mama stands up slowly and pulls me into her arms. Go to the car, baby girl. I'll finish up here. We ride home in silence. It's been almost 6 months since Quentin went missing, but it doesn't feel that long. Seems like just the other day he was calling Mama's phone to say he'd be home for Christmas. It was a big deal because Quentin was always gone once he got that fancy job after high school, the kind where you can't tell anybody what you do. I used to swear up and down that Quentin was some super secret spy like James Bond. But he would just give me this little smirk and say, "You're wrong, but you're not totally wrong." Whenever I tried to get more out of him, he just laughed and promised to tell me when I got older. See, Quentin is smart. He graduated valedictorian from Jefferson Academy and got full scholarship offers from 2 Ivy League schools. He turned them both down to work for whoever he was working for. When he went missing, I was sure his secret job had something to do with it, or at least that somebody who had worked with him might know what happened. But when we told the detectives about his job, they looked at me and Mama like we were crazy. They had the nerve to tell us that as far as they could tell, Quentin was unemployed, that there was no tax records to indicate that he ever had a job of any kind. But that just didn't make sense. He'd never lie about something like that. When Mama told them he used to send money home to help out with the bills, the detectives suggested that Quentin might be involved in something he didn't want us to know about, something illegal. That's what people when you come from the wood, aka the Rosewood Low-Income Housing Projects. The car rattles as we pass over the railroad tracks, letting me know we're in my neighborhood now. I'm not gonna lie, it feels different coming back here after being on the other side of town. It's like the world is brighter around Jefferson Academy and all those big colorful houses surround it. Where I'm from, it feels gray in comparison. We pass liquor stores and pawn shops, and I see the D boys leaning up against street signs, mean muggling like they own the whole world. Jaden, a boy I knew in elementary school, stands with a bunch of older boys, a big gold chain around his neck. He recognizes the car and shoots me a grin as we pass. I try to smile back, but I don't know if it's convincing. We haven't spoken since Quentin went missing. Not since he started hanging with the guys he promised my brother he'd stay away from. Once we pull up in front of our apartment building, Mama buries her face in her hands and cries. Are you okay? I ask. I feel like I'm failing you, baby girl. I work 12-hour shifts 5 days a week. You should have somebody around who you could talk to. I'm fine. I know you work so much because you have to. Mama shakes her head. I don't want you to have to struggle like I do. That scholarship to Jefferson Academy was your ticket to a good college, to a better life. Lord knows I can't afford to send you to a place like that on my own. I don't know what we're supposed to do now. I'm sorry, but I never fit in that place. I crossed my arms and turned to look at the window. Just because my brother made it look so easy doesn't mean I can too. I'm not Quentin. I'm not asking you to be your brother, says Mama. I'm just asking you to try. That school was an opportunity for you to see that there's a big wide world outside this neighborhood. A chance to broaden your horizons, she sighs. I know it's unfair, but the truth is that when you're a poor black girl from the wood, certain people are gonna have it in their minds what type of person you are. You can't give them a reason to think they're right. I don't respond. She acts like this isn't something she already told me a million times. If you're not acting up in school, says Mama, then you're sitting in front of that computer for hours. It's not healthy, Amari. I mean, I know she's right, but it's hard to concentrate on schoolwork when you can hear other kids whispering about you. And posting photos of Quentin on as many websites as I can lets me feel like I'm helping with the search. I know it's a long shot, but it gives me hope. When you get inside, I want you to slide that laptop under my door and leave it there. But Mama, she waves her hand, I don't want to hear it. Until you decide to take your future more seriously, that computer stays with me. We'll talk about this more tomorrow. I've got to get back to the hospital. I slam the car door shut after I get out. I don't look back as I stomp toward our building. What am I supposed to do now? Once I'm inside the apartment, I fall over onto the couch and bury my head in the pillows. This has been the worst day. Finally, with a groan, I pull myself up to a sitting position and grab my old beat-up laptop from my book bag. Quentin won it after placing second at some international science fair forever ago. He gave it to me after he won a better one the next year. I'm not even surprised the screen stays black after I open it. I open it and close it a few times, but it still won't work. Since it's clearly in one of its moods, I set it down and head to the kitchen to get myself some food. Except when I calm my grumbling belly, the laptop still won't turn on. I close my eyes and bring it up to my forehead. Mama says I've got to give you up, and there's no telling when she'll give you back. Please work. This time it powers right up. Thank goodness. The free neighborhood Wi-Fi is super slow, but I'm still able to copy and paste Quentin's missing persons poster onto a dozen websites. Normally I check his email next. I figured out his passwords months ago. Amari Amazing, my fake superhero name from way back. But my curiosity gets the best of me, and I pull Emily Grant's Instagram page to see if she posted anything about today. What do I find? A photo of me on her profile with the caption, Summer break. And guess what? We finally took out the trash at Jefferson. Expelled. The post had a ton of comments from other students. I only read a few before I slammed the laptop shut. Never wanted her here. I heard she used to steal from the lockers. All it took was her dumb brother to drop dead. I didn't get expelled, and my brother isn't dead. Jaw clenched, I opened my laptop again to write a reply to shut them all up. A notification appears at the top of my screen. My whole body goes stiff. It's a new email for Quentin. One new email from Discreet Deliveries, which may not sound like a lot, but Quentin never gets new emails. Ever. I've been checking since the day I figured out his password. I opened the email. Package delivered. You shall receive a separate email once Amari Peters has signed as requested. Thanks for using Discreet Delivery Service, where they get what's coming to them, whether they know it or not. This email will self-destruct in 3, 2, 1. The email vanishes. I jump in surprise. Did that email really just? And what am I supposed to sign? A knock sounds at the front door. Delivery! Thanks for watching. So from now on, I'm going to be reading a chapter from each OBA book, middle school division. Actually, not each, some of the books. But yeah, hope you enjoyed. Bye.